Hi, I'm Scott. Welcome back to Canard Boulevard. Today, I'm going to be reviewing a product that I have seen quite a few people carry in their airplanes, and we're going to see if it's something that I want to take in my airplane as well. And maybe you do too. Coming up. One of the facts of life when you have a YouTube channel is that you get contacted by manufacturers often. They want you to take their products and advertise for free on your channel, and in exchange you get to keep the product, or sometimes they'll pay you or what have you. I probably get, across my 3 different YouTube channels, I probably get between 5 and 7 of those offers every single day. And 99.9% of the time I just delete them. This one was a little bit different because it was a brand that I'd actually heard of, Hovsco. And they wanted to know if I wanted to review their electric bicycle. And I'm like, not really, no. I don't really have an interest in electric bikes, but thanks anyway. But then they said, well, we have other products as well, so would you like to have a look? So I had a look at their website and I saw this. This is their Felicity electric scooter. And so I said, sure, I'll have a look at it. And if it's something that I think is worth reviewing, then I'll do it. The company has no say in what the content of this video is. I'm just gonna open it up, have a look. If it's good, then I'll say so. And if it's not good, then I'll say so as well. So let's open this up, have a look and see what's inside. It is a little bit heavier than I thought it would be. It weighs in at about 40 pounds, I would say. Now, how do we open this? I guess we just do this. Oh, it's a box inside a box. So here's what we have is the Felicity electric scooter from Hovsco. They had several different ones to pick from. I decided this is the one that I would have a look at, mainly because it has suspension in the front and the rear. Now, why am I interested in this thing in the first place? Well, I totally wasn't. I saw kids riding around on them and I thought it's a toy really for kids. But then I went to Washington, D.C. last summer. My wife was at a conference out there and I flew us out there in my plane. I walked around Washington, D.C. all week, and there was a lot of walking because there's a lot of wide open distances in the mall down there. There's a couple days when she was off and she's not gonna be walking 10 miles like I was. So we rented those little rental scooters that you see everywhere in cities. I'd never actually rented or even ridden one before, but surprise to me, they were actually pretty beefy. They were strong, they were not toys. They were not too fast, but they were very usable and they got us around. They were actually a lot of fun. And I thought, you know what, this might be fun. I might be interested in one of these one day. So when this opportunity came up, I thought, yeah, maybe I'll have a look at this. This is definitely not one of those toys that you see kids on. This is a full-size, heavy-duty scooter. It has a 450-watt motor in it that will propel this thing up to 21 miles an hour, which is probably faster than you really want to go comfortably, at least me. It has a range of up to 30 miles, so you can go a significant amount on a charge, and then it takes about 6 hours to charge the battery. So a 6-hour charge to go 30 miles, a serious transportation tool, and it folds up, so it's compact. It's got a headlight that turns on automatically at night. It's got a brake light that flashes when you brake. It's got heavy-duty suspension. Now, the ones that we rode in Washington, D.C. had no suspension whatsoever, and they were kind of brutal. So when I looked at this, I saw this is the one that had suspension on it, so I thought, you know what, I definitely want to have one with suspension because it's not too comfortable otherwise. And it has an app, and it has cruise control, and lots of other features to it. Also important, no drum brakes. It has powerful twin disc brakes, which you really want if you're going to be riding one of these things at any kind of speeds, or especially down hills. And because it has that powerful motor, that 450-watt motor, you can actually ride this thing uphill. So why am I talking about this for the Canard Boulevard channel? Because this is the perfect thing that you can throw in the back of the airplane for transportation when you get somewhere. 2 years ago, I flew into a small airport in West Virginia for an overnight. I brought up Uber ahead of time. They said, yep, they've got Uber there. So I got to the airport. I look up Uber, no drivers. And I waited and waited. Nope, no drivers. It turns out there is no Uber. There aren't even taxis in this little town of West Virginia, and I was stranded at the airport. A stranger at the airport who was working there took pity on me and drove me into town. And then to get back out of town, another stranger gave me a ride on the back of his Goldwing trike, which was the first time I've ever ridden on the back of a motorcycle ever. I've been riding motorcycles for 35 years and first time ever on the back. So anyway, he took me up back to the airport on his motorcycle. So if I had this, I wouldn't have had that problem. I could just throw it in the back of the airplane. Once I get there, pull it out of the plane, go to the hotel, charge it up that night, back to the airport, good to go. So I thought this is an ideal item for this channel. With one caveat, I want to make sure that the battery system in this is safe because some of these things have very cheaply built battery management systems that do not protect against thermal runaway. And if you were to have one of these things have a thermal runaway in its battery inside the airplane, you're done. You are going down and there is nothing you can do about it. You'll probably be dead before you hit the ground from the toxic fumes. So I want to make sure that this does not have that type of battery pack in it. We're going to have a look at the battery pack itself to ensure that it is safe before we ever consider taking this in an airplane. And even then, you might want to take it in the airplane at not a full charge, just to be extra safe. So let's open it up and see what's inside. Well, I thought this was going to require some assembly, but it doesn't look like it. So here's the charger, and I guess we just lift this up out of the box. Now it is a little bit heavier than I'd hoped for. It weighs about 40 pounds. You can get them lighter, but the lighter ones are really poorly constructed. They're not heavy duty. You can't take them over bumps, and they have nowhere near the range or carrying capacity. I don't know if you saw what I just did there, but it folds down. If you push this, it releases, and then I guess it must latch in there somehow. But to put it back up, you just put that up, push this till it clicks, and it's good to go. All right, so here's the instructions, as well as the bolts that hold the handlebars on. Oh, and it comes with an Allen key. I was going to say I may need to go get some tools, but I probably don't. Let's have a look at the instructions real quick. All right, so folding it up, we oh, I see how it works. Okay, so you push this down, and then it's got another little clip here. So we push this down like that, and that goes over that. Ah, there you go. And now you can carry it like this. I see. That makes sense. All right, well, that's simple enough. There is an app that you can get. So there's a display on here that shows an odometer and miles per hour, and then a bunch of status and battery level and so on. Throttle is right here. This is your front brake. This is your rear brake. Oh, we can turn the headlight on manually. That's pretty cool. That is a really bright headlight. Oh yeah, we have a flashy tail light that comes on when we brake. All right, well, this app doesn't appear to be working. It sees it, it says binding. Oh, I see the blue. Oh, there we go, it worked. Third time the charm. Okay, so now it's on there, and I can show this screen here that shows my charge and how long I've been riding and so on. What is this? My ranking, whatever that is. Doesn't look like it's required for actually operating the thing. You know what I don't see on here is a lock of any kind. Basically, anybody could walk up to it, push the power button, and ride it away. There's no key, there's no lock, there's no nothing. I know some of these that you have to have a phone with you, and then the phone activates it, but that doesn't appear to be the case here. There's the charging port. I suspect that you're going to have a lock with you, because if you just leave this somewhere and go inside, it's going to be gone. Well, it came with a 100% charge, so let's go and give it a try, I guess. Wow, it goes right up the curb like it wasn't even there. The suspension on this really works well. So you got to give it a little push. Like if you just work the throttle, nothing happens. You have to give it a little push first, and then the throttle takes effect. That's pretty cool. It's really fast. The one thing I wanted to look at was these shocks. You can see it's got inverted tubular telescopic shocks, just like a motorcycle. It's got inverted shocks, so you can see if I stand on it, it'll compress. And on the back, it's got shocks built in there on the, like a swing arm here. So if I step on it, you can see it kind of compresses. But let's take it out and see if I can capture that in action. All right, I'm going to drive up onto the curb and see how the forks take it. That was pretty cool. All right, let's try the same thing on the back. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to catch this, but yeah, you can definitely see when I hop on it, it's the shocks are absorbing it. It's actually a really comfortable ride. So they actually have a method that you can unlock the thing, and instead of topping out at 20 miles per hour, it will actually go up to 28 miles per hour. Well, I've been out riding this thing at 20 miles per hour, and that's kind of about as fast as I ever want to go on this, so I'm not going to unlock it. But if you feel you have the need to ride this thing at insane speeds of 30 or 28 miles an hour, then you can go ahead and unlock this. You press that and agree to all the legalese, and I'm going to say no to that because I don't want that. But you could, and I'm sure it'll use up your battery faster too. So I opened it up, and inside we have a block of what appears to be 18650 lithium-ion cells. They are sealed, and there is a protective piece on top to prevent abrasion into the batteries. They are definitely a managed battery system. You can see the power and the management wires coming out of the battery pack. I don't see any markings as to a manufacturer on here, so I'm gonna have to do a little bit more research. I have read that these are Samsung cells, and if so, then that's great because they are reliable cells, but we will be doing a little bit more research in there. But I am heartened by what I see here, along with all the waterproofing. This thing is IPX5, so it's definitely got some waterproofing. I'm happy with what I see here. This is good construction. I did see a thermal fuse in here as well, so that's good. But like I said, once I find out the actual manufacturer, then I'll know more. Scott from the future here. So I did get the information about this battery pack. It is definitely Samsung cells. It is sealed. There is a full leveling system, battery management system, thermal fuse system. It is basically all the protection systems that you want in a quality battery pack are in this battery pack. So after having done extensive research on this battery pack, because if I'm going to carry this in my airplane or even just have it in my home, I want to make sure it's not going to go up in flames. And having done that research now, I'm happy with what I have found in this battery pack. So what do I think of this thing? I'm actually pretty impressed with it. I was kind of on the fence as to whether I would even end up using this, but I actually really like it. It seems really well built, strong. I'm pretty sure this is steel, not aluminum. I think it would be a lot lighter if they made it out of, yeah, it's definitely steel. If they had been made out of aluminum rather than steel, I think it would be a lot lighter, but it would also be a lot more expensive. So this is definitely made to a price, but it is a good price. For this quality of scooter, with these kind of numbers, with this performance, with this range, and with the carrying capacity, the price can't be beat. And speaking of price, the company did give me a discount code that I can give to you. So if you are interested in purchasing one of these or any of their other scooters or any of their electric bikes or anything of that sort, use my link in the description below, and I'll leave it in the comments as well. So in the meantime, If you have any questions or comments or suggestions, leave them in the comment section below. If this is the kind of video you like, click like, subscribe to the channel. If you have any questions or comments, leave them in the comment section below. In the meantime, I'm going to go ride this thing. It's fun.